everybody, it is the Shug here, and today I'm going to do a little video just talking about my mandolin. And this is my Gibson F5G mandolin that I bought in 1996. Man, I love that sound on a mandolin. That low G sound. What this little thing is right here, people often ask, that's a tuner. Because when you're playing music with people, it's very important that you're in tune. I paid about $2,000 for this mandolin in 1996. This is my mandolin journey. I bought this mandolin because at the time, I was coming out here into my studio to do my juggling practice, and I would just hear myself let out this sigh. I'd sort of bend over and go. I hadn't even thought of a musical instrument yet, but I was on a journey to find something, because that sigh with my juggling practice, it ends up that it was me trying to be creative with every practice. Thought I wanted a banjo. Went to a music store, just got up one day like a zombie. I was out here in my studio. Bela Fleck was on the radio. I went to Guitar Center and I said, I'm going to buy a banjo. Picked the banjo up. It was really heavy, kind of long. Said, maybe. Saw a mandolin on the wall. Now, it wasn't this one. My first mandolin was like an $89 cheapo mandolin. I picked it up, put it on, and I said, man, this thing is wound up tight like me. And I bought the mandolin. Bought a little beginner mandolin book there, and I started learning how to make those first chords. And I was literally taking my fingers, putting them on the strings, and I was getting a sound like this. Everything was muted. Eventually, found that open G chord. I could play it, then a C chord, then a D chord, then back to G. And if you do a G, C, D, you pretty much got a song. All right? And then in bluegrass music, the mandolin is kind of the snare drum. So I had to learn, instead of these two finger chords, open chords, I had to learn these where you use four fingers. So you can get that chop. People still call it a ukulele. People don't know what a mandolin is. Even if you go into a school, you'll see an oboe, a glockenspiel, an English horn. But you won't see a mandolin. They don't really use them in the orchestra classes. I don't know why, because the mandolin is such a cool instrument to learn to play. And that's what I'm working on, called the Fisher's Hornpipe. Anybody could learn to play a musical instrument. The trick is to not try to take one day of the week, like a Saturday, and try to play 5 hours on Saturday, only that one day a week. You'll never progress. What you got to do is 20 minutes every day. At least 20 minutes of just sitting down and getting your fingers to those chords. You know, learning scales like that, like a G scale. I started going downstairs every morning with my coffee, bring my cup of coffee down, set the timer, use your phone or buy a kitchen timer, set it for 20 minutes, and just start putting your fingers on the string. There's great lessons out there. YouTube, type in the search box, mandolin beginner lessons, or just put mandolin lessons, and you'll get all kind of online free stuff to get you started, just learning the G, C, and D, which if you can do G, C, and D, you pretty much have most songs. Some people call me the space cowboy, some call me the gangster love, some people call me Maurice, 'cause I speak with the confidence of love. that's just kind of the basic of all songs. But here's the lesson. By sitting down there doing my timer for 20 minutes. Now, I never set that timer for an hour or for an hour and a half, because then I would have spent more time looking at the timer and not picking. If you set it for 20 minutes, 20 minutes goes by really fast and it'll go and you end up resetting it. So I would reset that thing 4 or 5 times, so end up doing a nice long practice. But do at least 20 minutes every day, 7 days of the week, and not just 5 hours on one day, and you will learn an instrument. You could at least get into a beginner jam. So doing these scales, this process, I had an epiphany. And as I was doing the scales on the mandolin, learning my scales, I went, you know what I got to do? I got to bring these scales to my juggling. And it helps so much because to this day, when I come out and do my juggling practice, I always start my practice with 100 throws, just with 3 balls, making really nice clean throws with 3 balls. If I drop one, because what'll happen, I'll get to about 85 and I'll go, man, I'm pretty good, and then I'll drop. But I have to do 100 throws without moving my feet, good body position, just high and low throws, keeps me locked in. I sort of just drill the elements of my show. And if I get creative, then that's fine. I go with it. But if not, I've done 45 minutes to an hour of focused practice, and then I go on stage confident, and then I'm able to riff. But the instrument, I got the rest of my life to learn this and get proficient at it. So it's added what I call in life, you have like the custodian's keychain. Remember, he'd whip that keychain out. There'd be like 42 keys on it. Whenever you take up something new like an instrument, you've got another key on your keychain. It'll give you a new perspective on your life. This is driving the train, the pick in the right hand. We all think it's up here with the left, and you got to learn all this. But what you're trying to do is connect this right hand with your heart and your soul and your feeling and your groove with this left hand that's hitting the notes, So it's just a continual journey. It's something I do for fun. It keeps my life exciting, and I'm doing these online classes with Mike Marshall right now, and you send in these videos to him, and in a couple of weeks he gets back, he looks at your technique, gives you great notes, and Mike's played with David Grisman, all kind of people. He's one of Chris Thiele's heroes, so he is a legit professional. I'll put all the links to these places to learn below. Remember, search YouTube. I really use Homespun a lot. Homespun, you can download lessons in a particular type of music by one of your favorite artists and have it at your disposal anytime. Or the one I'm doing now, it's called Artist Work. And there's sort of a lesson plan, and you do a video exchange with your teacher and learn stuff. So this was me sending in a song called Kentucky Mandolin. All right, everybody, take care. All secure in Sector 7. Herringbone stack with the old cigar boxes. I must place them precariously. All right. Never played that song doing this trick. Do not try this with your mandolin at home. Woo!